Welcome to Movie Time, and today we are counting down the top 10 movies of 2023 from different genres. Stay tuned till the end of the video and let us know in the comments which movie is your favorite. Number 10. Hidden Strike. Hidden Strike is an action-adventure film directed and edited by Scott Waugh and written by Arash Amil. The duration of the movie is about 102 minutes. Hidden Strike was released on 6 July 2023 in the United Arab Emirates and several other countries, and on 28 July in the United States and internationally via Netflix. After an oil refinery in Iraq owned by Chinese firm Unicor gets attacked by mercenaries led by Owen Paddock, ex-Special Forces soldier Dragon Luo Feng, played by Jackie Chan, leads his private security company in evacuating the civilian employees in a convoy along the highway of death to the safety of the Green Zone. Meanwhile, needing money to fix a well in a rural village, former U.S. Marine Chris Van, played by John Cena, reluctantly joins his mercenary brother Henry in attacking the convoy, who claims they are tracking down a man responsible for attacking them years earlier. Feng follows Chris and confronts him, only to learn that his goal was to help the children of his village. Chris and Feng then team up and return to the refinery to confront Owen's men. Number 9. Heart of Stone. Heart of Stone is an action crime thriller film directed by Tom Harper from a screenplay by Greg Rucka and Allison Schroeder and a story by Rucka. The film stars Gal Gadot, Jamie Dornan, Alia Bhatt, and Matthias Schweifer. The duration of the movie is about 122 minutes. Heart of Stone was released on August 11, 2023 by Netflix. The story revolves around Rachel Stone, played by Gal Gadot, an intelligence operative affiliated with a peacekeeping entity known as the Charter. Rachel undertakes a bold mission to infiltrate MI6, collaborating with fellow operatives in pursuit of a shared objective. Nevertheless, complications arise as a proficient hacker targets the Heart, an incredibly potent artificial intelligence owned by the Charter, capable of reshaping the future. Rachel's mission unfolds as she endeavors to safeguard the Heart and thwart the hacker's schemes to harness its volatile capabilities. Number 8. Cobweb. Cobweb is a horror thriller film directed by Samuel Bodine in his directorial debut. Its screenplay, written by Chris Thomas Devlin, was included in the 2018 The Blacklist. The duration of the movie is about 88 minutes. Cobweb had a limited theatrical release in the United States by Lionsgate on July 21, 2023. The story follows 8-year-old Peter, a shy boy who faces bullying at school. But worse than that, every night he is terrified by the sound of knocks on the walls of his bedroom and wakes up from sleep. Amidst these unsettling nocturnal disturbances, Peter's parents make valiant attempts to reassure him that these eerie sounds are nothing more than figments of his overactive imagination, a manifestation of his fertile mind that extracts the best from his fertile imagination. However, Peter's growing unease leads him to suspect that there may be darker, hidden secrets concealed by his parents, secrets he lacks the courage even to fathom. Number 7. Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is a comedy-drama family film directed by Justin Simien from a screenplay by Katie Dippold, produced by Walt Disney Pictures and Rideback. It is the second theatrical film adaptation of Walt Disney's theme park attraction, The Haunted Mansion, following the 2003 film of the same name. The duration of the movie is about 88 minutes. Haunted Mansion premiered at Disneyland in Anaheim, California on July 15, 2023, and was released in the United States on July 28 by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. The story revolves around Gabby, played by Rosario Dawson, a single mother who moves with her young son Travis, played by Chase W. Dillon, to a curiously cheap home just outside of New Orleans. They quickly become aware that they are not alone as they begin to settle into their new house. They turn to an ambitious priest named Kent, played by Owen Wilson, a down-on-his-luck tour guide named Ben, played by Lakeith Stanfield, and a savvy medium named Harriet, played by Tiffany Haddish, for assistance since the estate is overrun with restless ghosts. Together, this ragtag group of spiritual specialists set out on an exciting and terrifying journey. to discover the truth behind the creepy hauntings at the estate. Number 6. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. The Last Voyage of the Demeter is a supernatural horror film directed by Andrew Vidal. It is an adaptation of The Captain's Log, a chapter from the 1897 novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. The duration of the movie is about 119 minutes. The film tells the terrifying story of the merchant ship Demeter. On August 6, 1897, the Demeter ship ran aground in England. Among the corpses discovered by the police, there is the captain's logbook in which his tortured handwriting describes a nightmarish journey. According to the captain, 4 weeks prior, the Demeter set sail from Varna, Bulgaria to load its cargo for London. This mysterious cargo consisted of several large wooden crates containing unknown contents with dragon-shaped symbols painted on them. The crew began their journey with Demeter smoothly until everything suddenly fell apart. One day near sunset, all the animals on board the ship were killed by an unidentified assailant, marking the beginning of Dracula's hunt, who is after the lives of all the ship's inhabitants. Number 5. No Hard Feelings. No Hard Feelings is a comedy romance film directed by Gene Stupnitsky from a screenplay he co-wrote with John Phillips. It stars Jennifer Lawrence and Andrew Barth Feldman. The duration of the movie is about 103 minutes. It was released in the United States by Sony Pictures, releasing on June 23, 2023. The movie tells the story of a woman named Maddie Barker, played by Jennifer Lawrence, who works as an Uber driver and a bartender at a beachfront cafe. Recently having left her youth behind, she is facing financial difficulties and cannot afford the property tax on the house she inherited from her mother or the repairs for her car. To escape this financial dilemma, she enters into a work contract with a wealthy family named Becker. The new employers require her to arrange meetings with a 19-year-old teenage boy named Percy, played by Andrew Barth Feldman, in exchange for receiving a Buick. This arrangement is intended to boost Percy's self-confidence before he starts college. Number 4. The Retirement Plan. The Retirement Plan is a crime thriller film directed and written by Tim Brown. It stars Nicolas Cage, Ron Perlman, and Ashley Greene. The duration of the movie is about 103 minutes. It will be released in the United States on September 15, 2023. Ashley and her young daughter, Sarah, unexpectedly find themselves entangled in a dangerous criminal enterprise that threatens their very lives. Faced with this dire situation, Ashley turns to the one person she believes can offer assistance, her estranged father, Matt, who has been leading a quiet retirement by the beach. Their reunion proves to be brief, as they are swiftly tracked down on the island by the ruthless crime boss Donnie and his loyal Lieutenant Bobo. As Ashley, Sarah, and Matt become further enmeshed in an increasingly treacherous web of circumstances, Ashley quickly unravels a startling revelation. Her father possesses a concealed past she had never been privy to, and there is far more complexity to his character than initially apparent. Number 3. Tetris. Tetris is a biographical drama history film, directed by John S. Baird and written by Noah Pink. The duration of the movie is about 118 minutes. It premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 15, 2023, and was released on March 31 by Apple TV+. Tetris recounts the remarkable tale of how one of the world's most beloved video games made its way into the hands of enthusiastic players worldwide. The movie follows the journey of Hank Rogers, played by Taron Egerton, a Dutch game designer who in 1988 discovered Tetris at a Las Vegas trade show and embarked on a journey to Moscow to secure the game's licensing rights, even amid the challenges posed by the Iron Curtain. In Moscow, Rogers crossed paths with Alexei Pajitnov, played by Nikita Efremov, a software engineer working at the Soviet Academy of Sciences, credited with creating the original Tetris on a basic computer. Despite the hurdles associated with obtaining rights for products developed in Russia, especially during the era of the Soviet Union's communist government, Rogers and Pajitnov joined forces to introduce Tetris to a global audience. Along this arduous path, they forged a partnership that has endured the test of time. Number 2. Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a biographical sports drama film directed by Neil Blomkamp, with a screenplay written by Jason Hall and Zach Balin. Produced in collaboration with Columbia Pictures, PlayStation Productions, and 2.0 Entertainment. The film is inspired by the racing simulation video game series of the same name, developed by Polyphony Digital. It was theatrically released in the United States on August 25 by Sony Pictures Releasing. The movie tells the real-life story of Jan Martinborough, played by Archie Madekwe, who is a passionate gamer and a devoted Gran Turismo enthusiast with a dream of becoming a professional race car driver. Jan hails from a working-class family in Cardiff, Wales, but his parents have discouraged him from pursuing his aspiration. However, due to his remarkable skills in the racing simulator, Jan receives an invitation to participate in the GT Academy. This academy offers a competition and training program that gives talented Gran Turismo players the opportunity to transform their abilities into careers as professional racers. The GT Academy is overseen by two fictionalized characters, Danny Moore, a Nissan executive played by Orlando Bloom, and Jack Salter, a retired driver played by David Harbour. Number 1. Air. Air is a biographical sports drama film directed by Ben Affleck and written by Alex Convery. It stars Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Marlon Wayans, Chris Tucker, and Viola Davis. The duration of the movie is about 112 minutes. The film premiered on March 18, 2023 at South by Southwest and was released in the United States by Amazon Studios on April 5. The film delves into the real-life story behind the Air Jordan footwear line. In 1984, facing dwindling sales, the company's marketing vice president, Rob Strasser, played by Jason Bateman, and CEO Phil Knight, played by Ben Affleck, took the bold step of entrusting basketball talent scout Sonny Vaccaro, played by Matt Damon, with the mission of discovering a new brand ambassador for their shoes. While Michael Jordan, the third overall draft pick, initially appeared off-limits due to his strong affinity for Adidas and Converse, Vaccaro successfully persuaded them that Jordan possessed unparalleled talent. He believed Nike should actively pursue Jordan and work towards convincing him to sign with the company, despite Jordan's apparent disinterest in Nike. Thank you for watching today's video. By subscribing to our channel, you'll be the first to know about new movie releases. You'll also have access to our curated list of must-see movies, ranging from classic films to the latest blockbusters. So, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and join our community of movie lovers today.